What? Don't do what I just did. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. So, if you're like me at all, you know, with the way you're into cars, with high performance driving, any type of racing, then you're definitely in and out of your gears a lot. There's a product out that I picked up not too long ago that's supposed to help with the feel of engagement for your shifting. So I rebuilt my transmission a while back, but this was something I overlooked when I put it back together. So anyways, what I'm going to be changing today is two springs. Two little springs that are supposed to help improve the feel of the shift into and out of gear. So these are made by Speed Factory. These are their heavy-duty Detent spring kit. So there's two springs with two bolts and two little ball bearing type pieces that help keep the shifter fork in place. So the detent balls will keep it in place every time you go into gear. So the stiffer the spring, the more resistance you're going to have and the better lock you're going to have when you put it into gear. I want to get rid of some of this this uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, but this little bit of, I don't know, it just seems weak. Doesn't seem like it, I just don't like it. I'm hoping it feels better once I change those springs. So let's get to it. So one of the first things you're going to have to do is jack the baby up. Alright guys, so now I am under the car. This is my splitter, so the front is obviously that way. Looking up, we have these two bolts. Both of those bolts right there are what hold the spring. So I'm gonna have to back out the bolts. We're gonna do one at a time because there's, like I said earlier, there's a little ball bearing up top. And if you lose that, you are in trouble because I don't know where the hell you're gonna find one of those to replace it. So I'm gonna take a 12mm socket, place it on here with my ratchet, back it out, well, crack it loose, and then we'll back it out slowly. Now, I'm not sure if any transmission fluid comes out of here, but we're gonna find out. So I don't know if you can see there, but there's a ball at the top of where the spring is. So I've got this one out, I'm going to take the other one out, and then I'll bring it over to the table, and we'll take a look at both of them. So you see, so the one closest to the bell housing will drop some oil. So I'm glad I brought the pan. So now I've got the second one out, and that's it. We're gonna get to the bench. All right, so here we have the two bolts that I just took out of the transmission. As you see, it has a little ball bearing in there, the spring, and then the bolt. And again, the ball bearing, the spring, and the bolt. So now I've got the new Speed Factory ones. Gonna cut this bag open. So one good thing is that these bolts aren't specific, meaning that it doesn't matter which hole you take them out of and which one you put it back in. So you don't have to remember all of that stuff. Now looking at the springs, you can see just in the coils themselves that the new one is a bit thicker, so that's going to add to how stiff the spring can get. So I don't have the tool that you can pull down to measure the tension on a spring, but I'm just going to try and squeeze them. and see what we get out of it. Oh wow, yeah, that is a huge difference. Very big difference. So this is going to be nice. Not only are they stiffer, but this is just a hair longer. Tiny little bit longer. But anyways, let's get back to putting these back together. Oh, before I forget, there are crush washers on these bolts. So take a look at them. I don't like to reuse them, but I didn't have any extra ones and I didn't buy any. So I'm just going to reuse them. But just take a look at them, make sure that they're okay and they're not scored or cracked at all. So now I'm just going to take the new spring, place that in with the bolt, and I can take this unit here by itself and go put it back under the car. But I'd rather do both of them at the same time, just to make sure that, well, because I'm lazy, I don't want to come back and forth twice. So there we go. We got 1 and 2. So I'm going to take both of these back underneath the car and put them back in. Alright, so while I'm here, back under the car, I'm going to take one of these bolts. Let me see if I can grab this without the ball falling. Alright, I'm going to take this bolt with the ball. Hopefully I don't drop it. And place it back into this hole. Now you're going to need to put a little pressure in it to get the thread started. Alright, so I got the thread started. Now I can take the socket. Oh, nope, just lost the ball bearing. Alright, I'll find that in a minute. Take the socket and thread this in now. Actually, I see where the bearing went. That's good. Use it. Alright, so that one's just snug for now. Let me grab the ball bearing. I'm back. So now I've got the second bolt here with the spring in it. I'm going to lay the ball on the top of it. Hopefully I don't lose it again. Same thing, place it in the hole. Apply some pressure while threading. And there we go. Now I can use the socket to tighten it up. Alright, that's there. I'm going to take a rag and wipe some of this excess oil off. Still pretty clean. But I lost quite a bit of oil while I was over there at the bench. So what I'm going to end up doing, which I figured I was going to do anyway, is replace the transmission oil. I haven't done this in quite some time. So I figured now's the time to do it before all the good racing starts. So now I can tighten these up. The Honda manual says that these get torqued to 16 pounds. Just gonna snug them up for now, and when I come to put the drain bolt back in, I'll torque them. Here we are. Now I'm gonna drain the oil. To drain it, it's this plug right here. It just takes a 3/8 socket head. All right, that's loose. What did I do with my extension? Here it is. So I want to try to eliminate the amount of oil I get on my hands. I can put the extension in here and use it to back out the drain bolt. Let's see how good I am at this. Alright, not too shabby. So I like to kind of hold the bolt there a little just to limit how much oil comes, or how fast the oil comes out, because I don't want it splashing everywhere. So I went and bought myself a magnetic drain plug because I want to see if anything comes off the synchronizers, or I don't know, just rather be safe than sorry. Rather have any magnetic pieces get stuck to this than float around the transmission. Alright, oil's pretty much drained. I'm going to take my fancy magnetic drain plug, screw that bad boy in. Also, your drain plug has a crush washer on it. So my new plug came with one, so I'm using the new one. And I just got to tighten all this up. I'm gonna start with the drain plug. Oh, gotta fix this. It's time I get a new ratchet. Alright, that's tight. Alright, now I can get out and put some transmission oil in from up top. So the bad girl's back on the ground. This is how I'm gonna fill it. So you can fill it through the fill plug, which is right here, right next to the axle. Let me see if I can get down there. Right down here, there's a, I believe it's 17 or 19, one of the two. You can take this out and you can get, you know, it's a special funnel with like a rubber hose on it that you can go right into there, and you should fill it right until it starts to come out. Then you put the plug back in, tighten it up, and you're good to go. Or, since I don't have that type of funnel, I'm gonna fill it through here, which is the speed sensor. So all I have to remove is this one 10mm bolt right here on this side. Unplug this, and I can remove my speed sensor. So I'm gonna take the speed sensor out, and I'll get my funnel in here, and I'm gonna add 2 quarts of Honda MTF. I don't use anything specific. Honda or Acura manual transmission fluid is fine. See, this is what I use. I'm gonna add 2 quarts. The manual calls for 2.2 quarts. I'm only gonna run 2 because I know not all the oil came out of the transmission. There's like this little pocket at the bottom, which I'm pretty sure some of the oil is still in there. Don't do what I just did. Don't drop your speed sensor, because now I gotta go find it. If you do drop it, please make sure that you clean off any type of debris that may have gotten stuck on it. All right, so I'm gonna clean that off and fill it up with oil next. So I found this spout attachment piece laying in the corner of my garage somewhere. I'm gonna give this a try. So apparently what this does is you can thread it to the quart, and then if you thread the yellow part out, it'll let fluid flow through this tube. So I'm gonna take this cap over here off, and I'm gonna insert this cap into that hole. Oop, there it is. And I'm gonna open this spout and drop a quart of oil in there. And out the fluid flows. Alright, second quart is now empty. Speed sensor is back in. I plugged it in already. Sorry, it's dark. I took the flashlight out. But yeah, all that's back in. So now we've got the new heavy duty detent springs in the transmission. We've got fresh oil in the transmission, and we've got a new magnetic drain plug. So 3 quick little upgrades. Well, 2 are upgrades, 1's maintenance, done in a few minutes. So now I just want to see how this shifter feels. I know I probably shouldn't be dry shifting this thing like this, but oh, very nice. You can definitely feel when this thing is in gear. I like this. That's very nice. Wow, amazing what a quick little upgrade does. I think I paid $30 for those springs, something like that. 20, 30 bucks. I bought them a while back. But yeah, guys, so that's it. Let's keep this video nice and short instead of those other half-hour or 40-minute ones I've been putting out. So there it is. You've got a nice quick little upgrade that you can do while you're doing maintenance, like changing the transmission oil. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I always say, y'all are the best. For real, I mean it. Anyways, be well, stay safe, and I'll catch y'all next time.